Rant summer is here. Head on over to AJsRANTroom.com. We got all of your summer needs covered. From bathing suits to swim trunks, flip-flops and tote bags, towels, tanks, and muscle shirts. Oh, and you can't forget about the visors and the hats. It's lit. So head on over to AJsRANTroom.com and get your summer poppin'. You won't be disappointed. It's always lit over at AJsRANTroom.com. We got the best bags and accessories, our beloved Black Series. We got fresh lids for you hat lovers, fire jackets and hoodies, and of course we got you covered on the t-shirts. And introducing our first shoe line, Aloysius Germain. So get on over to AJsRANTroom.com today and get to shopping. You won't be disappointed. La la. What's good, people? Oh, let's adjust. We didn't have time to do a visual adjustment here. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Lunchtime Rant. I'm your boy, AJ. Hope all is well. Happy hump day. Hump. Whatever. Anyway, so we got a lot to get into in these streets. First, we're gonna give you a little update on the Epstein situation. As soon as I find out where I put the video. Yes, Lynn, I'm solo today. Yes, I've been abandoned. The help I didn't hire just abandoned me. See how they do me, but it's all good. So President Trump took some questions while not doing the hump. With AG Pam Bondi and everybody yesterday, and the Epstein situation came up, and this is what Trump said.
Sure. Your memo and release yesterday on Jeffrey Epstein, it left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency. The former labor secretary, who was Miami U.S. Attorney Alex Acosta, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of his death?
Yeah, sure.
Could I just interrupt? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah, we are.
This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest.
I mean, I get it, but you got to take your moment. Trump, you know this. Of course, this is the wrong time to bring this up, but you got to take your moment. This is the moment. It's a cabinet meeting. Let's talk. I understand. Yes, this is not the right moment, but Take it.
success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Sure. First, to back up on that, in February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said, I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can.
I believe that part, that the videos might have just been corn. We don't need to see that, You know what also, speaking of child corn, y'all, I don't know if y'all remember when the first R. Kelly trial happened. I think it was 2008, 2009, something like that. And they were circulating that video of him relieving himself, you know, on the girl, and literally a girl. And that video was sold in like bootleg in bootleg versions all over the hood. And nobody thought something was wrong with that. I've never seen the video. I've only seen that clip when they would like show it on the I don't know, the news or whatever, but I never saw like the full thing because the hell do I need to see this for? And who bought this? I would like to know who bought the video. Who bought that DVD? I would like to know. Come out wherever you are. But if that's what she says it is, okay, fine, whatever, go. But I don't believe that he wasn't like some sort of agent. This man rose to heights of success that people like him with no education, no pedigree, don't do. You just don't do that, right? And his ascent makes no sense.
And get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively the video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the counter. And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that as well.
Well, I can't wait to see the video with the missing minute. I can't wait to see the video with the miss. Listen, Brian, ain't no wrong with being freaky. As long as y'all are both two consenting adults, I don't care what y'all do in the bedroom. Have fun. But I ain't buying this part. I want to see the evidence that the video resets at the same time every night. If that's in fact what happens, then prove it. Prove it. Who the hell had time to watch 10 hours of security footage? I don't know. Some of y'all just need something to do. Hopefully you got paid to do it.
Showing that a minute is missing every night. And that's it on Epstein.
Mr. President, on the tariffs first, you've said it is the deadline.
All right. So I can see the consensus in the chat is that we don't believe that. Megyn Kelly has offered to interview Bongino, Patel, and Bondi. She has offered to interview all three of them. She's offered a 2-hour interview, no holds barred, and she can ask anything. And if they're down for that, do it. Did y'all see the AI meme where they say we found the minute and it's an image of Hillary Clinton walking into oh God, I can't. Oh, the internet is just undefeated. But we'll keep you posted. I guess this is just an ever evolving story, and people aren't gonna let it go. And I know sometimes it's hard to accept things. Sometimes things are what they are. We thought there might have been, I don't know.
Quite frankly, it ain't the biggest issue in my book, but I understand that this is one of the things that was promised. So yeah, we'll I'm sick and tired of your broken promises, promises. If you don't know that song, get out my chat. Um, so yeah, let's start here with this. Woo! All right, people. So Biden's doctor dodges questions in speedy House closed door interview. Dr. Kevin O'Connor's lawyers asked for the House GOP to be paused. Former White House physician Kevin O'Connor's closed door interview with the White House Oversight Committee ended after less than an hour on Wednesday, with the doctor giving investigators virtually no new insights. O'Connor pleaded the Fifth Amendment to multiple questions about his time with former President Joe Biden during his sit down. It resulted in a hasty end to what could have been an hours long deposition. Quote, I'm going to read the first two questions that were asked. Were you ever told to lie about the president's health? He pled the fifth. He would not answer that question. The second question, did you ever believe President Biden was unfit to execute his duty? His House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer told reporters after the meeting, quote, again, President Biden's physician pled the fifth. This is unprecedented, and I think that this adds more fuel to the fire that there was a cover-up. The doctor's lawyers said O'Connor refusal to answer questions on Fifth Amendment grounds was not an admission of guilt, but rather a response to what they saw as an unprecedented investigatory scope that could have violated the bound of patient. You are the president of the United States. It's not like you or I, you are the president. We were being told the whole time, clean bill of health. He's fit. He's fit to do it. That's what we were told, right? He's running laps. We can't keep up with him. That's what we were being told, right? So why can't the physician just answer that basic question? Wait, what was the first question? Were you ever told to lie about the president's health? What does that got to do with disclosing anything? You can just say yes or no. These people. You don't have to disclose what you lied about. You could literally just say yes or no. So the fact that you didn't even say no already implicates you, because all you had to say was no, right? Right. Were you asked to lie about the president's health? Noel, he wasn't just falling off bicycles. He was falling off a bicycle that wasn't moving. It wasn't like, okay, the bike hit a bump and something, and okay, something happened. No, he literally stopped the bike, was talking, and fell over. How, Sway? How? But he's the bill of health. He's I have a tiger. He's great. Yes, he shook hands with the air. He's walking in the wrong direction. I understand sometimes when you go out on these stages, you'll have people directing you which way to go, because sometimes it's a little confusing. But the stuff they did for him was like OD. It was too much. Yes, he fell up the stairs. People are going to say Trump fell up the stairs. Trump tripped on one step and got back up. Biden kept falling. I wish I had that video at my disposal right now. Biden kept falling up the stairs and eventually got his bearings. This was not normal, but we knew from that first Democrat presidential primary debate that this man was not in good condition. We knew that from the jump. Put on the record player at night. Who the hell puts on a record player in 2025? Unless you're just feeling vintage. I got a nice Bluetooth, record player, but you ain't putting that on for your kids. I'm sorry. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. If you believe that man was well, and then isn't Mophead? She's coming out with a book that's coming out in October, and she gonna lie through that. She gonna lie through that book, and then we're gonna sit here and act like we didn't see anything, we didn't hear anything, we don't understand what happened. Oh my god, I don't get it. This is stupid. What was the second question? Where? Oh no. Did you ever believe President Biden was unfit to execute his duty? That's a simple question as well. If you never thought he was unfit, just say yes. And from my examination, I always believed that the president was fit, but you knew all those follow-up questions was going to bite you on the ass because you knew they was ready. They were sitting there. It was ready. You knew the fangs came out. If you had lied, they would have literally hammered your ass. And so that's why you sat up here and pled the fifth. You didn't plead the fifth because you're trying to protect Biden's medical records. Or shut up. And that is the stupidest answer. These lawyers really think we're stupid. Revealing confidential patient information would violate the fundamental ethical duty of a physician, could result in the revocation of Dr. Connor's medical license, and would. So wait a minute. You knew you were going to this committee hearing. You knew you were going. You didn't ask your lawyers. You didn't figure out how much you could say without it invading the president's personal health information. In other words, you knew this man had cancer the whole time. One. Number two, you knew this man mentally was not all there. You knew all of this. I mean, the Epstein list is outrageous, but this motherfucker got 81 million votes, allegedly. And then y'all spent 4 years gaslighting us that he was well. And then he practically died on the debate stage last June. And then y'all finally acknowledge, okay, this isn't gonna work. Now we're concerned. The House Oversight Committee has been investigating whether Biden's former top aides covered up evidence of his mental and physical decline while in office. Biden's allies have denied such allegations, but Comer suggested to reporters that O'Connor's invocation of the Fifth Amendment could have been evidence to the contrary. Duh. Most people invoke the Fifth when they have criminal liability. Exactly. Or you don't want to perjure yourself going forward, right? So if they ask that first question, which is just to set you up so they can ask a bunch of follow-up questions. So now you know if you say yes or no, they're going to follow up. That's where you're going to get in trouble. If you don't get in trouble with the first answer, which might be truthful, but then you got to cover your ass going forward. And if you perjure yourself, forget it. You're toast. You're not going to lose your license. Like, please, like, shut up. You were the president's physician. Like, you know damn well what you can and can't say in this moment. Like, stop it. And all you have to do is, if the follow-up questions do get invasive, it's just simply state you can't, that will be a violation of a HIPAA violation if I share that. That's all you got to do. So you ain't got to plead the fifth. I'll plead the fifth. Yeah, because you're covering up your ass, bro. Meanwhile, Jasmine Crockett from Texas, who made a surprise appearance at the interview and was the only lawmaker there, save for Comey, defended O'Connor's use of the Fifth Amendment. Of course, Shaniqua did. Of course, Taquana did. And I'm going to say it like she, as someone who has served as a criminal defense attorney and actually been in courtrooms, it is kind of astounding to hear someone say, if you invoke the Fifth Amendment, that is only because you're guilty. Did y'all not say that when Trump did it? Did y'all motherfuckers not say this when Trump did it? Did I miss something? Trump invoked his Fifth Amendment right, and y'all, oh my, oh that, oh he wouldn't give a DNA sample. No, I'm not giving you a DNA sample. Did I say simple or sample? Sample. Are you kidding me? David J. Harris. Are you kidding me? Now she wants to stand up for people having the Fifth Amendment. Oh, I promise you, if this was Donald Trump's personal physician, and he invoked his Fifth Amendment. Oh, what are you hiding? Oh my God, I can't stand people who wear plastic wigs. As someone who has served, I read that. We have a constitutional right that anyone who may be under fire can invoke. Oh, so when Donald Trump was under fire, and unfortunately with this rogue deal, now the DOJ is rogue. Now the Department of Justice is rogue. After y'all all but destroyed Donald Trump's reputation, his businesses, tried to bankrupt the man. But this DOJ is rogue. No, it's called Get Back, bitch. That's what it's called. You really thought he was going to do what? Be Sister Mary Clarence and be president and not. No, I'm investigate all these motherfuckers. All of them. Y'all saw that man half dead most of the time in that White House. I'm surprised the nigga's still living. And then thought it was a good idea for him to run for re-election after he allegedly won 81 million votes. That will forever be an alleged. It has decided that it wants to run. You know what, Miss Crockett? Miss Crockett. Please come to the floor, Miss Crockett. I know. It is your job to be tribal. It is your job to defend at all cost. It is your job to act like Joe Biden was the best thing since sliced bread. He did no wrong. There was no cover up. We didn't believe, what we saw was not what we saw. Y'all remember when they did the gospel lunch? I think it was Easter or something. And everybody's clapping and Kirk Franklin's on the stage, in his Prince heels, his Prince kitten heels and his tight pants, gyrating around for Jesus. And Kamala singing and everyone's singing and he's just standing there like that motherfucker didn't know where he was that day. But he's sharp as a tack. And we're just supposed to believe that and not investigate. So, of course, Plastic Wig is going to come in there with her eyelashes and do her best to defend Joe Biden by any means necessary. I'm not buying it. She's not even buying it. And I thought Shaniqua was going back to Texas because she was mad she didn't get those committee assignments, and she came in last in the voting. I thought you was gone. I thought why you came back? I thought you was mad. I thought you was upset. She's gonna not spread yourself so thin this time. Yeah. Anyway, yes. Thank you, Lynn. Make sure y'all hit like, subscribe, share, please. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Uh, let's drop that. Why? There we go. Boo bit, what you got? All right, so we're gonna roll to a little podcast break, and then we'll be back with this whole Tyler Perry kerfuffle. All right. It's very, very important that you support all of our podcasts in the trifecta. So that would be my podcast, The Rant Experience, which is every Monday evening at 8 p.m. And then you have the Lunchtime Rant, which is included in that package because there was no Lunchtime Rant when it was created. But that's every day at noon right here on AJ's Rant Room. Whenever by Inked, you can subscribe. She'll be there whenever she feels the need to be there. Then you have Black and Blue Lives every Wednesday at 8 p.m., which will be tonight at 8 p.m. And then you have every Thursday, Real Time with Prince Blue, 8 p.m. And then Friday is the culmination of all three members of the trifecta with Trifecta Hour, which is back this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, and support the channel. Appreciate ya. Anyway, so let's get into the Tyler Perry kerfuffle. So apparently, Mr. Perry, well, his studio this time. It's not necessarily Tyler Perry directly this time being accused of the nefarious acts, but he's being accused of covering it up. Oh, good cheese and bread. See, you always got to watch these people who come along. Now, I'm not saying it happened. Allegedly. Allegedly. Because these are still allegations. Actor alleges Tyler Perry Studios VP Mark E. Swinton groomed and sexually assaulted him. Recently, actor and Army veteran Braxton DeMarco Wells took to social media to make some disturbing allegations against the senior vice president of scripted programming at Tyler Perry Studios, Mark E. Swinton. In a lengthy post shared yesterday, he alleges that he was flown to Georgia under false pretenses. Allegedly, he was then groomed and assaulted by Swinton. Wells alleges that Perry knew about this and chose not to speak up. Allegedly, he also worked with his attorney behind his back to force him into a non-disclosure agreement. Quote, Mark E. Swinton, you groomed and raped me while I was under your influence, flying me from Los Angeles to Georgia under false pretenses. Wells alleges in the post, per the Neighborhood Talk, you abused your position as vice president of Tyler Perry Studios, a company that claims to stand for faith, to commit unspeakable evil behind closed doors. Tyler Perry, you built your empire on the image of a God-fearing man. Yet, when darkness crept in through your executive, you chose silence, he also alleges. You retained a predator in your house and helped cover it up, protecting your brand over a broken human life. That's not faith. That's fraud. Yahweh El Noim sees all. He is not mocked. Amen. Preach. Do. Weld is now demanding the NDA be voided. Well, if a crime was committed, the NDA is voided. You can't uphold the NDA. The crime, the crime trumps the NDA. So you don't. Who gives a damn about the NDA? You have to take some sort of legal action, and is planning to sue for alleged rape, emotional distress, and legal malpractice. At the time of writing, Swinton and Perry have not publicly responded to Wells's allegations. Lord, I understand y'all need ads, but this is too much. I think I just have to PDF these things going forward so they just not doing all this crazy stuff. Anyway, these aren't the first allegations Perry has been hit with in recent weeks. However, last month, he was also sued by Derek Dixon, an actor from his series The Oval. In his lawsuit, Dixon alleges that he met Perry at an event in 2019 and was later assaulted by him. Perry's attorney, Michael Boyd, addressed the allegations. Quote, "This is an individual who got close to Tyler Perry from what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam," he alleged. "But Tyler will not be shaken down, and we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail." Look, where there's smoke, you know the rest. And you have to really watch these people in this industry who look very humble, charitable. Because Tyler Perry is known for really overcompensating his talent, which is fine. I mean, because a lot of the people he overcompensates never really got their true amount paid, their true worth. They never got paid their worth really in Hollywood. So it looks on the outside that he's sort of overcompensating for that, but you're really just covering up nefarious stuff. Could that be the thing? I don't know. But it looks a little sus. This is the third allegation. Because remember, there was a man named Christian Keys who came forward in 2023 with some stuff, but he was very vague with it. Christian Keys was vague with it, but when you put in the buzzwords he put in the video, I don't know if it's in this video I'm about to play, but this is the actual like the video where he talked about the billionaire and the person who's powerful and and pretty much everyone knew it was Tyler Perry. Like, who else could you be talking about? You work for Tyler Perry Studios. You were one of the top people on the call sheet in the Oval, I believe, the show he was on, and so yeah, I mean, everyone put two and two together. But then, if you noticed, right around early 2024, he quietly went away. Christian Keys went away. All of a sudden, he was quiet. It was nothing. You didn't hear a peep out of this man. Did he get paid off? That's what a lot of people suspect. A lot of people suspect that Christian Keys got paid off. And so he just magically just stopped talking.
I'm interested to see which peers are mad at me because it may interfere with their work. But, yeah. You get a grown-ass man that knows that you're heterosexual and you're sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room because he says it's safe. Because I know I'm bent, so I'm after a big party. Won't say what type, won't say where. I'm sleep. I'm gone because I'm 4-5 Hennessy's deep and not short Hennessy's either. And this dude tries to climb into bed with you. So you spaz out, push him out, like, what the fuck? Get ready to leave. He apologizes, blame it on the alcohol. And you try to forgive him. So you're like, all right, man. All right, I'm gone. You shake his hand on the way out, and he tries to grab your penis.
Wait. 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 So this was Christian Keys in 2023. He never said Tyler Perry's name, but everybody put it together, right? So wait a minute. So you got drunk, which is fine. Have drinks, you're grown. And then even in your drunkenness, you couldn't be taken advantage of, because that's the whole mission, like, of these people, is to turn out, especially straight black men, just to turn them out, right? So now I got something to hold over your head. And then you decide, which was smart, that I'm not going to sleep here. I'm not going to sleep here. And so you're out. Even in your drunkenness, hopefully you didn't drive. Hopefully you got a Uber or something. But you decide, okay, I'm going to go. And then he grabs your dick. How, Sway?
He tries to shake and grab your equipment. And you spaz even more. I'm like, what the fuck you doing, man? What the fuck? Oh, my bad. So you go to leave, he tries to do it again.
I hope they paid you really, really well. Christian, I hope you got paid really, really well. So first of all, the second time he did it, you should have just whooped his ass. I mean, I look. Aren't these the Me Too people? Aren't these the we respect people? Aren't these the people who believe all women? Aren't these the people? Aren't these the first ones to give their big speeches about how sexual assault's not okay, how no means no? Aren't these the people? Go ahead.
Now, at that point, my only regret is not breaking multiple bones in this person's face.
Ah, so he thought about it.
Like beating the dog shit out of this person, right? Because that's available to me at all times. That in her grizzly bear is always available, but in the moment, I'm like, what the fuck? And wanted to. But you got a guy that's a billionaire, and I got $3,000 in my bank account. Who they gonna believe? Right?
See, these are the moments where you got to choose. These are the moments where you got to choose. What's more important here in this moment? Your dignity? You could always make money.
I got that $3,000. That's my son's mom's rent for next month. You know, got to make sure little man's taken care of. That's my rent, and that's a little bit for the gas tank, and the rest of it I can go to the dollar store and get some bread and bologna and hot dogs and mustard, and you know, I can get by. Work was slow, and a lot of the work that was coming was, it had penis attached to it. I'm like, fuck that, man. That's not what I want. That's not what I'm about to do. I regret not speaking up then. not being brave enough to, and I regret not hurting this person. Because
Woo. You know. Welcome to Hollywood, everybody. It doesn't matter if it's in Georgia or if it's in Canada or if it's in New York. It's all Hollywood. It's all Holly weird. Now, understand in this moment, you got to consider all your responsibilities. If I fuck this dude up in this moment, I could ruin everything. Okay, I could respect him having restraint in that moment. But he already said it. I wish he had spoken up sooner. Like literally like the next day, within a week. Was like, yo. You ever try me like that again, I will bust your whole fucking face. I don't give a fuck about your billionaire status. I know you're protected. You got security. You know, you got lawyers. You on retainer who could knock me off the map. And I may have to go get a regular job. But you know what happened. And you know, you preaching all this faith stuff and oh, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. But then on top of that, you out here trying to get your rocks off with a dude who already told you he ain't with that shit. And then Christian Keys quietly went away. He just shut up. He stopped talking about it. So that means he probably, allegedly got paid off. And he took the money and just shut the hell up. Very interesting. Then you remember Derek Dixon? That was a month or so ago. A waiter, he met the waiter at the party. He said he had a good look. You know, if he wanted to, you know, go work, blah blah blah. Now the Derek Dixon thing was really crazy because Derek Dixon went to Tyler Perry's house 3 times after he went twice after the first time he was assaulted. After you already told him what your boundary was. And he still violated the boundary the second time and you went back a third time? So Belinda, just to catch you up, we are talking about Tyler Perry. And this was the first accuser that came out in 2023 that we just finished watching. The first accuser, that's Christian Keys. Then there was a second accuser about a month or so ago, named Derek Dixon. I had a picture of these guys. Where's the picture? Hold on, let me get the picture so you can see what they all look like on a side by side. I have it somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Boom. Upload. So these are the 3 guys. These are the 3 guys. So Christian Keys is the first one. Then Derek Dixon is in the middle. And then Braxton DeMarco Wells, who's the latest accuser. He's not accusing Tyler Perry directly of assault, but he's accusing Tyler Perry of covering up the assault from one of his VPs. So here we are. So do you think these are the only 3? You think these are the only 3? You got to watch for stuff like who gets their own show, who's at the top of the call sheet, and how did they get there, especially if you were relatively unknown before that. All of a sudden, you go from waiter to number 1 on a call sheet. And for those who don't know what a call sheet is, it's the sheet you get with the show description, all of the characters, everybody's role, all the extras, all the stuff that's going on for the show that week. And so the number 1 person on that call sheet is usually the star of the show, right? And so you go from waiter to number one on the call sheet. Nobody had any questions. Derek Dixon. That's the pretty white boy in the middle. And you went to Tyler Perry's house 3 times. Twice after he assaulted you the first 2 times. Allegedly. Allegedly. I ain't got no money to be sued, so we gotta allege it. Allegedly. So Christian Keys allegedly probably got paid off because he shut up. He stopped talking. Derek Dixon's lawsuit is still in litigation. And now we're on to Braxton DeMarco Wells. So he had like Christian Keys, did a long IG live where he didn't like talk in code. He literally said names and he literally called people out. He went with the stuff.
Was very unlawful. And me being a retired vet, U.S. Army vet, going through post-traumatic stress disorder, going through mood, depressions, everything that I have claimed in my testimony. You all covered it up. You all covered up a felony crime of what Mark Swin has done to me.
Okay, so here's the question I have. So if you reported to Tyler that you got assaulted or HR, whatever is going on, and they didn't do anything about it, and you didn't call the authorities, I got questions. These are follow-up questions. Any defense attorney is going to ask these questions. So I'm just like, so you were okay, keep talking.
I've asked for help from the California State Bar to complain to Jeannie Harrison because she didn't tell me my California rights as a U.S. Army veteran and a California LA resident. I'm sitting here looking on the news that this kid named Derek Dixon is getting unlimited jurisdiction, quit pro, as a LA resident, right? His incident happened in 2020 in Georgia in an employment place. He said he had a sexual harassment, and he was groped by Tyler Perry in Georgia.
No, not just in the workplace. At Tyler Perry's home 3 times, which I believe it was the second and or the third time he went to the guest room, which had no lock on the door, and still opted to sleep in his drawers. I'm sorry. If there's no lock on the door, and we all know I'm naked 101. You give me opportunity, I'm naked. But if there's no lock on the door and I already feel uneasy, I'm sleeping in, if I don't have any pajamas, I'm sleeping in everything that I wore there. I'm good. There ain't no 5,000 thread count sheets that I need to feel that bad. I'm good.
As an employment place, but he's an LA resident. All right, y'all tracking what I'm saying? 2022, my incident. I get sexually assaulted and raped, drugged, blacked out. That's
wow. So wait, he got, I didn't, the drug part wasn't in the article I read. So he got drugged, because I was wondering, because I'm thinking, how do you grape clearly he's not a weak looking man, so how do you restrain a grown man and then violate him in that way? I'm just trying to figure that out, and so now that makes sense.
a felony crime, and it happened in Georgia as a LA resident. So if you guys don't know the laws in Georgia, this is what they put against me. They said I had a 2 years of a statute of limitation, I got 5 months late. 2 years of statute.
This is why you need to speak up, especially today. We have the privilege to speak up as soon as some mess goes down. I mean, you may not have known you had 2 years, but you could still file a lawsuit. So go get your money. Go get your money, bro. Because this is Hollywood 101. This is what they do. Their agenda is to turn straight men out. Anything your heart's desire is available to you. And also, what they do, I don't know if that's the law, Brian, but he said it is. I have to look it up. But if he had 2 years to report, but anything your heart's desire, and what they thrive on really is your brokenness. So if they sense any brokenness in you, and that's how I was preyed on, is these motherfuckers will find brokenness in you. Right. And they'll find it and they'll maximize it. And all they have to do is get you to do one thing that you would not ordinarily do, to get your hands a little bit dirty, to make it look like you were in on it and you liked it and you loved it. That's what we're dealing with right now with Diddy, right? Cassie is a victim. He victimized that woman. But because she sent a few text messages saying, "Yeah, I like when we both like the freak offs," or because she's on a recording threatening somebody who says he has a sex tape of hers, she's somehow in on it. She's a thug and a gangster. No, this is somebody like anybody, whether they're the nicest person in the world or the biggest demon. If you have something like that on them and you're not telling them where you got it, yeah, anyone's going to get crunk in that moment. This is how it works, everybody. Yeah. Any drug you like, available. Any type of sex you like to have, it's available to you. Any old alternative lifestyle you like, oh, it's right there. Even if you don't partake. Even if you don't partake. Christian Keys made it very clear, I am a heterosexual man. I don't get down with that. And you've still thought, as a billionaire, allegedly, as a billionaire, that you had autonomy to crawl into bed with this heterosexual man and attempt to grope him. That's the test right there, y'all. That's the test. That's how they test you. Okay, maybe, he's drunk now. He's a little more open. He's vulnerable now. And now he's in my guest bed. Let me go try. And then when he says, I'm not that drunk, nigga. I'm not that drunk. And he's like, you know what? I'm out. And then you try to grope him again, allegedly. And then you do it again. Yeah. Now, there have been many of heterosexual men in this business who gave in because they felt like, well, I mean, if I don't do this, I mean, I have a job tomorrow. My character could be killed off the show tomorrow. Remember, they killed off Dixon's character on that, what was it, The Oval? What show was he on? I forgot what show he was on. Remember, his character got killed off. Pretty white boy in the middle. His character got killed off. And then Tyler Perry dangled it over his head. Well, he may not be dead if you... Allegedly. He may not be dead if you appease me. And then the character magically didn't die. Welcome to Hollywood, everybody. They have to get your hands dirty. They have to. Even if it's a little bit, even if it's one time, even if it's for 2 seconds. You did it. See, he did it. You don't think they're keeping files on you? Them motherfuckers have dates, they have times, they have locations, they have everything. And it's all about excess at that point. So when you see your favorite actor tricked out here, burnt out, looking crazy, yeah, that's a lot of demons. A lot of demons. Oh, I just imagine how rich I could be right now. I'd have a great view of like the Hollywood Hills. I could be buck naked on my catamaran with my beautiful pool. But at what cost? At what cost? Now, let's be clear. There are people who make it in Hollywood honestly, who don't get caught up in stuff. But you're dangling the carrot of success to people who have been eating ramen noodles for 5, 10 years. Yes. Oh, AJ, you need a place to stay? Oh, okay. Oh, AJ. Oh, you're unemployed, AJ? You can't find a job? The auditions aren't working out? Oh, okay. Come to my Super Bowl party. I miss Cali. I would love to move back there. I want to move back every day. It's kind of like a bad relationship, you know. Like, yes. I like Cali. Cali looks good on me, but it's not a good relationship. It wouldn't work. Yeah. I have to say, California has my heart. I will not lie. But it is what it is until they fix all of that mess, which probably will take way longer than I'm willing to give. Then I'm good. So there's the cautionary tale of Hollywood, folks. Hollywood will take you in, entice you with everything, trick you, turn you out, use and abuse, wield and deal your talent, and then spit you out. So like a lot of times when you see like a singer who's really good and all of a sudden their career is just over, or you don't know what happened to them, they just stop recording, or their songs aren't doing as well. That's all business. That's all political. That's all the politics of the industry. Actors who were great actors and all of a sudden they can't get the good roles, and yeah, they've been shut out of something for a myriad of reasons. I'm always cautious when someone says someone's difficult to work with, because difficult to work with could simply mean telling Tyler Perry, no, you can't touch my dick. That could be difficult to work with. We're on a set. I don't know if y'all remember the Trifecta Hour episode we did on Amanda Seales. She's an actress, a poet, a wackadoodle, but and she was on the Shannon Sharp Club Shay Shay, and then she said that this, he's like a hood dude who was working, right? He was like one of the production, but he was like a street dude. And she said, you what she call him, an educated nigga or something like that. And he didn't like that. And so he reported her to HR. So because he looked and talked a certain way, You thought you could say that to him at work. No, you can't. You don't know what that man's boundaries are. You found out the hard way what his boundaries were. Because no. This is why he took it. Because after he corrected her, she persisted. That's why. You don't get to do that. Um, whose allegations? Tyler Perry? Well, the Christian Keys went away. The Dixon guy is it's still unfolding. I don't think you were talking about Tyler Perry. I think you talking about somebody else. But I said a lot, so I don't remember what I said. Anyway, I'll wait for you to. I know it's like a 30-second delay between me speaking and y'all getting the information. So I'll see if that you were talking about Tyler. Were you talking about Tyler? Tyler. Oh, Shannon Sharp. Oh, I think that's still pending. Yeah, that quietly went away too, didn't it? Yeah, maybe I'll get y'all an update on that tomorrow. Shannon Sharp, because nothing's been said since it all blew up and went down. But he's maintained Club Shay Shay and Nightcap, so it affected business a little bit, but not a lot. I think more of his corporate media days are probably over. But I think this is where ownership is important in Hollywood. Even in media, ownership is important because you look at, and I know some of y'all don't mess with her, but Candace Owens, like, she doesn't own those first two podcasts she did. Like, one belongs to PragerU, the other one belongs to Daily Wire. She has no claim over all of that content she produced. So ownership is a good thing. The fact that Shannon Sharp owns his YouTube channel, which is important as well. That's part of your media. He owns the YouTube channels. He owns Nightcap. He owns Club Shay Shay. So that's a good thing. But Shannon Sharp is another example of somebody with a lot of money and a lot of power who thought it was okay to talk to a 19-year-old. Look, is it illegal? No. Is it kooky? Yes. Yes, it's very kooky. Shannon Sharp, all this pussy out here, all of this. That's legal, it's grown, it's experienced, and you want an inexperienced 19-year-old. Okay, whatever. But that's welcome to Hollyweird. I told y'all, Hollyweird. This is Hollyweird. That's what they do. Shannon Sharp met that girl at the gym, and he allegedly sensed her vulnerabilities right off the jump. He probably sensed that she came from a broken home within like 2 seconds of talking to her. Yeah, she's an easy one. Even with me, a little transparency moment, I had to figure out what it is in me that people see that they think that they could just go violate. And I had to go work on it. And I had to be clear. So that if it ever happened again, there's going to be boots on your throat. Because it's shit that happens, right? And then I'm like Christian Keys, I'm like, why didn't you knock this motherfucker in his forehead? And then you're like, yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna give y'all. Anyway, is that? Oh yeah. All right. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Appreciate y'all for coming into my lunchtime rant. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. And I will make sure y'all catch Black and Blue Live tonight at 8 p.m. You can subscribe to the Black and Blue Lives YouTube channel at Black and Blue Lives and Real Time with Prince Blue. We're having some issues streaming it to Black and Blue Lives, but we're trying to build that channel up so we can start the stream to it. So I don't know what the rules are, but subscribe to both, do both. And thank y'all so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. I may or may not be live on TikTok at 4 p.m. And I appreciate y'all. Have a great day. Peace.